You know, that's like the Titanic, mate.
That's terrible.
What in tarnations is that? How you doing, guys? So as it says in the title of this video, I want to become a racing driver. So I've done my race license. I've got, well, basically some sort of race car. I've got the knowledge, about 90%, probably 80% to building a race car. So we're going to have a good crack at it. I get my friends to give me a hand, and we want to basically enter the races in the UK, like Castle Combe, Silverstone, and stuff like that. So it'd be pretty sick. And there's a series called Racing Hondas. It'd be good to enter that. So we've got this choice, and this is an EP3 Type R. And basically, this is my first car I actually purchased for £800 when I was 17. So I've actually found out I can use this. It's got a K20 in it, and it'd be pretty awesome to use this. I got a lot of memories with it, and a lot of people think I'm crazy if I use this car because, well, obviously it's my first car. But to be fair, I can't take it to the grave with me. If I take it and I crash it, it is what it is. So this was my dream to get this car when I was a kid. And then I bought this one when I was about 20 for 12 grand, a GTR. So that was my dream car as well. So the next dream really is to build the race car, and it'd be pretty sick. I'm really excited. It's a bit obviously nerves. I need to get the car done as quick as possible because the race is going to start in March and we're in January now. So I want to ask you guys, which car shall I use? So I use the EP3 or do I use my EK Civic? So to be honest, the quicker option is going to be the EK. It'd be the cheaper option, and I can carry on building the EP3. So no matter what, I'll carry on building the EP3 anyway. All right, do you reckon we should put the cage in? Yeah, so basically what I want to do, guys, is obviously I've only done one roll cage before, and it was halfway through. It was with my friend Freddie, who taught me to trade as well. But I want to check that we don't have to drill a hole in the floor. But you'll see what I mean. So basically when you put the cage in, you need to weld all the way around, because apparently when they go for like scrutineering or checking, they need to make sure the weld's all the way around. Obviously it makes sense because you want it to be safe. All right, so if you haven't seen or met Paul before, so this guy taught me in college, and that's Paul.
How you doing, guys?
So before we start welding the cage or anything, we need to check the welds are good. So this is a test weld piece. Basically it comes with the cage from Custom Cages, and you've basically got to weld the ends on like this, and then basically get like a nice uniform weld all the way around with good penetration. So before we start welding this, we're going to do like a weld test. So I actually got into bodywork because I want to be basically doing welding all the time. But when you do bodywork welding, you don't really get to do anything enjoyable because it's literally tacks everywhere and you grind it back off. But with the roll cage, it's got to be a nice weld all the way around, and then it's going to be sprayed over. So if it looks tacky, it's not going to look good and it's not going to be safe. So you want to make sure it's safe. I think my welding's a lot better than Paul's, but he always says his is better. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, basically once we've done the main weld test, what we got to do is send it back to Custom Cages. They'll check it and make sure it's fine before we even weld the cage in, because there's no point in welding the cage in and the weld's not like this. That's what mine should look like, and I think Paul's will look like this with the nuggets on the, nuggets on the bottom. So, okay, so this is bits we got from SW Motorsports. It's basically just a Union Jack flag. I think it's 2 of them. It just basically help you from when you're welding cages into the tight spaces. So we've got to figure out how this all goes together. All right, you can do all the cleaning on these. Yeah. Right. So yeah, if you ever need to get a weld test or anything, to basically test your welding before you do a roll cage, that's the company there, SW Motorsports. All right, so that's exactly what it's going to be like. So basically just Union Jack like this, and then you got to weld it all the way around. So what we'll do is do these test ones first, make a mess with these, and hopefully get better as we go into this one, and then do the weld test last. All right, so this is a new welder we got. We actually got this new welder for the build as well. It's a welder by RTEC Welding, and they're only pretty local to where we are. This is my old welder underneath, and we've just got it as a backup. So if we ever get a problem with the other welder, we could send it back or give them a shout, and we can just keep this as a backup. So look how much smaller it is compared to the old one. Hopefully it'll be really good, because it kind of adjusts as well as when you're welding. So what should we do? Just put it manual mode or automate?
I think, yeah, manual mould.
Manual mold? Mold.
And,
all right, so
sets the fits of your metal, isn't it?
oh, you can start welding first and we can check the welds. So, I mean, because he's a college tutor. He failed that. And then he failed panel beating as well. Nah, he's all right. We'll show him how to do it properly.
Yeah.
Got any better yet? No?
No.
All right. All right, so obviously what we're going to do is put these together. We're going to clean them as well, because they've probably got like grease and stuff on them. We're just checking the thickness of the metal. This one looks about 3 mil. What we're going to do is get the ruler quickly, check the thickness of this one. We pull this one out. You can see like these are a lot, well, it's not loads thinner, but yeah, give these a quick clean, check our welds, make sure our welds are still good. But yeah, this welder is sick, guys. I've had a go with it, had a little play, and I just can't get over the size difference. So that's why I just kept the old one. There's a bit of a trolley. So Paul's just checking the thickness. What do you reckon? About 3 mil?
Yeah, 3 mil, I reckon.
3 mil. All right, I'll weld that one then, because that'd be easier not to burn through. Don't make eye contact when you're doing this, Paul. What are you doing now?
Measure in the middle.
Half of 19. 8. That's 16, isn't it? Hang on. Half of what? 19. Oh no, I don't have to put it in, but what did I say? 8.
Yeah. That'd have been 16.
9.
And
0.5. Yeah, 9.5. Okay, yeah, that's guys, I'm good with my.
It's the functional skills for the day.
Hey, you taught me, mate. So it's only your problem.
I just ticked the box.
That's where you lost your job, wasn't it? Because you helped me out.
Lose my job.
What was your best experiment, apprentice? I was just thinking, guys, so if Paul's welds are better than mine, he's just worked himself into a job, because you'll be welding the whole cage in. Basically, we've got it. Well, Paul got it like this. Is the measurements right?
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah. All right, we're just figuring out how we're going to weld it, because it's been a long time since I've done like a long continuous weld. So doing body work, I literally just tack stuff, you just tack it, let it cool down, and then I'll belt sand it back down. So the only time you get to do anything fun is when you're doing like seal sections, well, thicker metal. Yeah, this is going to be quite fun, because the thing is you won't be able to belt sand them down afterwards, because obviously it make the weld thinner. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Spot on.
Absolutely. Okay, that's basically what we're going to do is put a tack there and then here, because obviously this has got to go on. And if we weld all the way around, when you put this on, it's going to be touching the weld and there's going to be a gap. So you're going to put this on and then obviously weld all the way around here and then from down here around as well.
DB.
All right, let's get some nuggets on there. Yeah, not too bad. Got some nuggets on there. Sorted. That's done, isn't it?
So, race day.
All right, so that's where we're at so far. Oh. All right, we've just made some contraption with a brake disc, because I ain't got a metal plate. So yeah, we just put the magnets around it like this. Gonna let Paul go first, so I'm gonna do this side, and then Paul's gonna do this side. To be honest, I might let him do it better anyway, so then he can weld the whole cage in. I can't be asked now at this stage. So what are you gonna do? Just send it. You're gonna do the little back and forth, back and forth. Sorry, I know I sound like I don't know what I'm doing, but obviously I've been welding for years. It's just, I just want to make sure it looks perfect, especially when we do the roll cage, because you know what people like, they just pick fault. And I want it to be safe as well. Well, I'd rather it just looks good, I'm not worried about the safety part. It's just, it's got to look good. But it is in your race car, so. Right, let's see what pigeons we got on this one then. All right, on the watch as well, the thing is I ain't got another welding mask, and we don't know if this, probably gonna get archive, but it's dusty as well. All right, let's see how you get on. Nah, these are not welding masks, mate. That hurt my eye.
Look cool though.
You know, it looks like the Titanic, mate. Whoa, it's breaking before it's even done, like. What the hell? What the hell? It's like the flipping attack of the pigeons, like. Gee. Oh, I better have a go now.
What's the light?
When they, oh, have they not designed torches to go on the Welsh yet?
No, you don't need
What? Yeah, you do, look, you can see.
Are you joking me?
Are you joking me? What are you saying?
You can have an ultraviolet light in front of you.
Ultraviolet? Yeah, but you want to see what the f you're doing.
What the f?
I'm nervous, Paul.
Put it over your shoulder. Fuck's sake. There you go.
Jeez!
Yeah.
That's not doing. Yeah, that's definitely better than Paul's, isn't it? Check it out.
Now I've set the welder up.
That's not too. Now you've set the welder up. Look at this, guys. Oh, I thought you were a teacher.
Just taught you that.
Oh, I'm a student, and I. So, God, look at that. I don't want to drive the car if he's got those welds on it.
It's all right.
That was hard, man. You know, that was scary, mate, because you don't want to stop. Yeah, check it out. So, well, I'm pretty happy with this so far. So this side's looking okay. This side was pretty bad. It's not too bad, but as you can get, I was going upward. So this side, I was pulling it, but pushing it in. I went a bit too fast there. So basically, like that's like the first go. So I'm pretty happy with that so far. So hopefully we get better as we go along. Oh, geezer! All right, so I'm not criticising Paul's weld, but when I was a kid, I had to do a test weld, didn't I? Yeah, and you kept me doing it over and over again, and it was perfect.
I was pushing him to better himself.
Better myself?
Yeah,
mate,
yeah.
What the hell weld was that? Are you doing it on purpose?
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make my welds that bad? All right,
Building your confidence.
Building my confidence. Right, so far I'm winning. So that means I got to weld it still.
We'll wait till we open the thin stuff.
Oh yeah, the thinner tubes. All right. I'm feeling a bit more confident now. Have you given up already?
No, I ain't giving up.
You ain't given up. What are you saying? Do you want to keep going, or do you want me to?
I want to do one going up.
You want to do one going up? Yeah, but you ain't even got mastered it going down yet.
Shut up. Come on.
Oh, sorry, mate. Damn! It looks like it comes straight from the factory, mate.
What factory?
China.
Wow, that's terrible.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, I'm not. It's only because you got me to do so many weld tests. I won't be laughing like this otherwise. What in tarnations is that? Right. What do you reckon? Are you welding the cage in?
No.
Thing is, at least the welds won't break.
Well, no.
Jeez. All right, so we've got everything inside now cleaned up. We've got the fuel tank out. I almost deleted all the footage off of the memory cards as well, and we've managed to recover it. So what we've got now is we've got if you can see the main hoop. So what we're gonna do is, Paul's doing some measurements quickly from inside the car. We've cleaned the inside as well now, so we've prepared it for basically the base plates. So if you look down here, we cleaned it, and here's the base plates. So what we've noticed is, this has got a bit of a kick on it. It doesn't sit completely flush. So So what we're gonna do is bend this out a little bit. We've seen in some pictures, basically, they've obviously probably tapped them down or something. We've seen on Custom Cages website. And all they've done is tap these down and got rid of the gap. So what are you doing, Paul?
So on the measurements, on the instructions, the bottom of the hoop to where the bar hits it is 1022.
Yep.
So measuring, using the RSJ as a square, 1022 is there. So the top
Yeah,
of
so you can see it. So yeah.
the bar will hit in there.
Okay.
So we need to clean up around that area.
Yep.
Down the bottom and the same that side.
So which is back to front? Which is the right side?
Doesn't matter.
No, I'm joking. All right, so what we're gonna do, so Paul's just putting this in. The only thing is when we push it in here, it's touching the bit for the, obviously the dashboard. So what we're gonna do is just cut like a little bit of a notch out of here. We're gonna take a rough estimate of a measurement up here, where the center bar is gonna go, and then we can just take it out of here. So, and obviously I want it nice and neat, so we'll just cut a little bit off. So what we're gonna do is just use the cap off the bottom of the roll cage bars. Quickly put this in here, draw a circle around it. All right, so now we've just got to this point, what we're gonna do, we might have to trim the dashboard a bit more. So what we need to do is we need to bend the legs out a bit so it basically sits on top of here, because at the moment it's sitting down in here. So what we've got, this is called a body jack. It's a 4-ton body jack, and Paul, as you can see, has got all the attachments on it. And then what we do is we're gonna pump the lever, and then it's just basically gonna push this out of here. And then what we can do is put it in between the two bars, and then basically push them out, and then we can sort of get the measurements, make sure the measurements are perfect, and see the distance from the dashboard, or the front piece, to the back piece, so from the A pillar to the B pillar. Is that correct, Paul?
Pretty much.
Pretty much? Okay. All right, well, fingers crossed it goes right. Just want to get the main hoop in a minute, get some bits tacked in. You'll sort of see what I'm on about. Yeah, so I want to get this one in here. So we can get that up, get the main hoop in. And then I just want to get some tacks on the back, basically, so we can get this properly trued up. So what me and Paul noticed as well, we need to trim the dashboard a bit more, because you need quite a bit of space, because you need to bring it away from the pillar so you can get the gusset rails in. Yeah, the amount of times I would have smashed my head off the roof if the roof was in. All right, so I'll try and show you what I've done so far. So if you check this out, what I've done is I've cut a straight line here, cut a straight line along here a little bit, and I've rounded off, I've marked off the edge, so I'm gonna round it off. All right, let's see if I can show you from this perspective so you can see what I mean. If you can see now, there's a bit of movement left to right. So what I'll do is once this tacks up there, I can pull this in just enough so it touches there, and then it'll drop down so we can get basically around anywhere to weld it. So it'd be mainly at the top bit, at the top bar, because obviously if it's too close to the pillar, you won't be able to get the weld round, and obviously when it goes for scrutineering, they're checking if it's not welded, I guess it'll fail. Honestly guys, the gaps on this cage are perfect. Fits like spot on. The next thing I'm gonna do as well, before obviously I'll put a bit of tack on these, and I'm gonna put it on axle stands. I'm gonna make sure the car is 100% level, because I don't wanna weld the car onto this base if it's like twisted, and when you weld it, and then the car, when you put it on the floor, the doors don't shut, nothing opens and closes, because that'd be a bit of a nightmare. Not sure if you can see it, but there's a little black line we've measured on the roll cage, so that's the height. And then I've got to make sure this back one is completely square, and we need to check the gaps in between here and obviously make sure that's right as well. And then what I'm gonna do, to make sure this is in and out correctly, make sure the front legs are square, and I want to check the gusset plates fit nice and tight to this as well, so there's no gaps or anything. Well, what I'm doing right now is putting the plates underneath as well, so it's going to be in the true place and true position, and then we know it's going to be all right when we go to put it in properly. All right, before lining the bottom of the pipe up as well, the leg of the roll cage for the front. So this is the base plate. It slots into the front to the bulkhead along here. And this goes along basically like the chassis rail, the inner chassis rail. And this is a closing piece. But what I'm doing at the moment, because I want to get the clearance between the chassis rail and this, I don't want it to be like this, and I want to get the legs square. I want to make sure this is square. So what I'm going to do is tack this onto this now, so you'll see it like that. You get a square. And then I'll tack it on. Then when I put it against the chassis rail, I know it's going to be upright. That's perfect. All right, that's all I needed, was basically just so it doesn't fall off. And then I'll show you inside now. So that's nice and flush across there. So here it is here. Put it in here, slot it in, and then that should sit nice. There's a little bit of a gap there, but obviously I can still tap this floor down just a little bit, or I can belt sand this down to get it nice. But I want to just check everything in place first with the base plates, and I know everything's perfect. All right, so what I've done is I've tacked you probably won't be able to see it, I've tacked the front base plates in, so it just holds them in place as not everything's moving. My plan is to put everything in, tack everything, so I'm happy with how it looks. I can mark it, take it back out. I've seen a little tip as well. What they do is, the boys I've seen welding them, is they drill a little hole where they're welding the next pipe, so when they're welding it, the pressure in the pipe doesn't blow the air back out, basically. So that's a good little tip. So I'm going to use that one when I'm doing the welding. The only bit I've had an issue with was the base plates. And also, if you're doing an EP3, there's a little bump here on the pillar. So me and Paul was having a bit of an issue. We couldn't get the pipe over and it was just rubbing this. So I'm going to take this off as well. So that'll give me the clearance then between that, and that'll be spot on. The only issue I had was the rear base plates. I think you've seen earlier on in the video. So check this out. I spent about 10 minutes. And look how good it's come out. This is how it fit before. So if you check, there's a bit of a gap behind here and just here. Obviously you're supposed to make these fit as best as possible. You could probably just weld this, push it back, bridge across and stuff like that. But I want to try and keep the welds looking the same as possible. But yeah, check this out. So when you push that one in now, there's literally a lovely gap all the way around, and it sits back. It's a little bit higher now, but I'll tap it down. But I'm really happy with that now. That was the only one I was struggling with. So I'll do this side now. I'm just going to basically get this all put in now, tack the rear plates in, and we'll get it all together. I just want to see it all to come together with all the pipes in, and it'll look really good. Obviously you always wear a welding mask, guys. I'm just looking away and closing my eyes, so it's fine. All right, that looks good. I should have just cut it with this cutter, but you know when you got the tool in your hand, the tool, sorry. You know when you got the tool in your hand, you might as well just crack on with it sometimes, but it's looking all right. I just got to trim a bit off this edge, and then that bump's completely gone, so the pipe can have a bit of clearance, because it was keeping it away too far when we were trying to put it in for the gussets. So yeah, so basically when I put both pipes in and I put the center one across here, it was popping down on one side because it was popping under the bump on this either side of here, if that makes sense. So basically put the pipe, we had the rear pipe in, had the side ones in, but because when you put the front bar in here, it was popping it down. So now it had the clearance and it looked symmetrical, because when I looked at it from the front, you could see one side was down because it was pushed underneath. Anyway, on to the next bit. All right, so I'm at a pretty fun stage now. I can put all the bars in and stuff, so I'll try not to talk too much on this bit. I'll just get it all in because I want to see it come together. So it's a bit of an exciting stage. So. Guys, check that out. There's a lot of fucking bars. There's a lot of bars going on here. There's a lot of bars going on this picture. So, all right, let's get the front piece in. Together. Oh, that's perfect, guys. Before, it just wouldn't go in there. It was, like I said, it was pushing down. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Just tried that on as well, this panel. And it fits lovely in there as well. So that's pretty good. It's gonna be nice welding those pieces in. So I've just looked at the instructions again. The main hoop at the back has to be 90 degrees with the sill panel. So that's perfect at the moment. Took the measurements on that, that's really good. 642. All right, so that's the right way, obviously it fits. Yeah, that's it. Just double check where the lines are. Like you can see the line there. So just tap it back, just up to the line, and that's basically where it's gonna stay. We just started welding already. We basically welded the main structure, so we've got like a nice square now. Look at the welds. Obviously, I got proper anxiety today because I just want to make sure the welds look nice, obviously be safe at the same time. But just started welding inside here, and it's come out really nice. So I just want to make sure the rest come out good and not jinx it. So it's really tricky trying to get around all the pipes. All right, so what's the plan, Paul?
Need to slide the cage backwards.
So what we're gonna do is slide the cage backwards. What we're gonna do is use a ratchet strap between the two front bars. So we're gonna put a ratchet strap from there to here, and the same on here. So we take this main bar out here, pull it together, and then we should be able to slot it back. Is that correct?
Yeah, and that allows you to weld the whole bar.
Yeah, how many cages have you done?
None.
Why are we listening to you then?
Don't know.
Shit, guys, he taught me in college, so if it all goes wrong, it's his fault, isn't it? We said that loads of times.
Yeah.
All right, well, after seeing the weld test, I guess I have to do it. I'm only joking. All right, let's crack on. All right, let's cut the base plates back out, and then we can move it around. All right, so now we've dropped it down. Well, we haven't dropped the front down too much, it's come off the plates. And when it drops in, look how much space you get. There's quite a bit of space, to be fair. You can get over to the top and that side as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I was a bit concerned about the gaps here, look at this. So obviously before, this was touching the B-post, and now you can still get to the here, so that's fine. What we've done is we just pushed the cage back up to the top for a minute. And no, the welds are coming out pretty good so far. Obviously, it's my first ever roll cage, so yeah, just trying my hardest anyway. But one of the welds, they all look good, they're all strong. It's just one of them didn't look the prettiest, but the good thing is it's hidden. So, but the ones you can actually see all look really good so far. So fingers crossed all the crossbars come out nice, because that's the ones you're going to see the most. Yeah, that's wicked, it's coming together. Right, so that's on the perfect marks, but what's your eyes like? Because it...
Got it?
It's on... Sorry. All right, guys, just thought I'd give you a quick update. Obviously, this wasn't supposed to be like a how-to video, but obviously if you're doing an EP3, I guess it's just a bit of a, was it knowledge? Knowledge, oh, I said it properly.
Knowledge.
Said it properly, all right. So what we've done is so far, we've got all these bars in. So we've got this, I'm not gonna say how many. We've got these bars in. We're gonna put this one in last because the reason is, if you look at the profiles on the end of this one, it's got 3 indentations. It's because once you pop this in, it's got to go against this back bar and the main hoop that goes across. So what we'll do is, that's got to go in first, drop down, and then we got to basically put this one in afterward. So what we've done is, if you look at this side, we put it on top the sill here, which has given us a gap just down here, if you can see. So now I've got to try and weld down in here. It's going to be quite tricky, but it should be all right, I guess. Yeah, right, I just want to start getting on with it, so let's just start welding. All right, we're almost done, guys. So we've got most of it welded, just got to weld the rear base plates. I set myself on fire as well. It's a shame because this is my good hoodie. Right, Paul? Yeah, so Paul had to put me out, but yeah, look, have a check it out, guys. This weld looks pretty good. Don't look at the ones up there, but yeah, this one's come out quite nice. So we've got to do is weld the base plates now. There is a little bit of a gap, so we've got to just bridge it. I would give that about a 6 out of 10. What do you reckon, Paul? No, I did say 8 out of 10.
Go for a 7, I reckon.
All right, we'll go for a 7. I wanted that one to look as neat as possible because obviously people are going to see it. So this is my first ever roll cage. It looks okay. I have to put a bit of sealer on it, you know what I mean? No, it's not too bad. We won't show you too close because we might get cancelled. No, I'm only playing. So anyway guys, we're almost there. We've got all the other bars welded in. I'll show you now. All these ones are welded nice. This one's come out quite nice, and obviously that's the ones you're gonna see. The ones we're struggling with at the moment is doing the ones for the bulkhead. So you tried quite a bit on that one, didn't you?
Too much.
Yeah, he tried quite a bit on that one, so he's failed again. So we'll, so I'll sort that one out in a minute. It's just basically these ones here. So it goes through the bulkhead, and then you've got the other two pieces that come to it. Something like that, if you know what I mean. Like I said earlier, I've seen on Custom Cages website, the one they've got on the picture is slightly different to the one we've got. So should be all right. We'll just make it up as we go along, and hopefully it all fits. But yeah, look at it, it's looking wicked, man. This one looks really nice. That one's nice. But no, all right, let's get it finished. All right, so we put everything on now, apart from the front bars that go to the strut towers. The issue we've got is on the website is the exact same cage. We found it's the same cage, but whoever's done the cage on that one, they've put it in a different location. I don't know if you can see from there, but they've put the bars up this way. But in the picture, you can see they go inwards to the strut tower. All we can do really is we've drilled a hole here and there, and then we put like a straight bar through just to see where it's going to go for the right angle, and it's going to obviously to the back of the strut tower, which we were hoping anyway. So we're just going to have to make it up, keep making the hole bigger, and then we can sort of bend it to where we want it, and then just copy the other side as well. All right, so it's pretty exciting now. I've been waiting through the whole project of doing this roll cage to get the gusset plates in, because every time I've seen a rally car or a race car with gusset plates in, I've always wanted them myself. And I think it just really finishes it off from the front. So that's gonna be a pretty exciting bit, and I've just got to put the last bit through for the bulkhead. Guys, we're not sponsored by anyone. If I ever show any products or anything on the DB channel, it's probably gonna be stuff that I really like or I've used over the years. I've tried, do you know when you clean your car, you wanna be quick, you pop to Holford's, and you buy the shiny bottles that are like luminous green and stuff like that, and transparent with like, they smell like vanilla, coconut, bananas or whatever. I've tried all the detailer sprays, and I come across a company called RTEC, and they're in England as well. So the products are actually made in England, and the people are lovely. I just bought this stuff by chance. And if I see something that's the most expensive, I would purchase it like an idiot and think it's gonna be the best, and half the time it isn't. But I bought this stuff. It's a bit dearer than some of the brands you see in Holford's and stuff, but actually you use half as much as you would with the other products. And honestly, the water beading and protection's unreal. And they've actually tried and tested it as well. Honestly, the guys are fantastic. If you use the code DBWorks15, they'll give you a 15% discount as well. Just give it a try, honestly. I've been using it for so long. Even when I've run out as well, I'd pop to Holford's and buy some other brand because I needed to be quick, and then realized it's crap, you know what I mean? But once you've used this stuff, this is my favorite stuff. This is a bit more concentrated, so if you gave your car like a 3-stage detail or something and use this one, you just use this one every like 3 months or something, and then top it up after every wash with this stuff. Yeah, I've actually got other products, but they got like, obviously they're shampoo, they're pretty clean, the really strong ceramic spray, and then they've just got their normal detailer spray as well. So yeah, lovely people, and we hope to sort of take these guys to the shows with us as well. So I've got to give a shout out to RTEC Welding as well. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, it's just I want to just show good quality products and stuff, you know what I mean? We've done the whole welding job with this, on this roll cage so far, and it's been fantastic. It's not let us down. It's been amazing actually, because you can just set up, obviously, the thickness of the metal and everything, and it just does it all for you. Yeah, you can do fine adjustments and everything. Me and Paul were messing around with it. You've seen Paul's welds. And, yeah, no, it's worked out like perfect, man. So I'll get the last bits done. We'll just show you some other bits once it's all together, but I still need to weld the base plates in for the seats, and also any brackets for like fire extinguishers and stuff like that. Let's get on to the last bits and get it done. All right, so I've just done one tack on the gusset. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly measure this, put this down, tack up the top as well. I'm not gonna go next to the holes. I wanna do it in between, if you know what I mean. No pun intended there, but yeah, I just wanna make sure it looks nice and consistent, because you're gonna see this straight through the windscreen. And like I said earlier, people will take the piss out of it, you know what I mean? All right, so just grab my ruler quickly, and it's the perfect size between the holes. So what I'm gonna do is put it about there, draw the lines either side of it, and then I'll do my welds in between. I've never done this before, but I've looked at a couple of pictures. I guess it's not right or wrong, however you want to do it, but I want it to look nice, and I'm just gonna do the gaps in between, so then it looks nice and symmetrical, you know what I mean, both sides. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, it looks really good. Some of them a bit edgy. I could probably take the edge of that one off, but that looks really good. Damn guys, that was a lot of work to get to this stage. But I just want to say thank you very much again to Paul for helping me for all this. I think we argued most of the time because we were trying to get all the bars correct and just stepping on each other's toes. But it was a good experience. I did say to him, I don't want to do another one, I'll leave it to the professionals, because like, fair play to the guys that do roll cages for a living. You've got to be able to do acrobats. But honestly, this custom cage as well fitted so good. Obviously we had a couple of little hiccups at the front because we didn't have any measurements. For basically the strut bars. I just want you guys to help me make a decision, because obviously we got two options. Races start in about 2 to 3 months. The only issue is this is going to cost a lot of money to get ready. This one, all it's going to need to have done is a roll cage and a fire extinguisher and just some spare parts and a service. And then once this one's done, all we got to do is get my friend from One Day Motorsport, James Cambry, get those guys to check it over. So that one's going to be really cheap to do. This one's going to be a lot of money and it's going to take a lot longer. Don't get me wrong, if we had this in E-coat right now and we had all the parts on the floor, I reckon me, Paul and the boys and Mike and everyone could get this built in 1 month. But it'd be a rush to get it done, and I think this would be more fun. It's going to be a bit of a better story. Obviously, I've had this car for about 18 years and it's my first ever car. Because it's a bolting cage, it freaks me out. After putting this one in, I can understand why people prefer welding cages over bolting cages, because if I flip this car or anything, I just feel like it's all going to shift. And I want to give it the best opportunity to be able to repair it. Obviously, if it goes ass over tit, it's going to be a bit of a different story. But guys, if you could check out the merchandise store as well, we're going to add some more t-shirts and hoodies. Obviously, this is the Work, Build, Inspire one. And if you could subscribe to the channel as well, guys, that'd be great. I'll see you guys on the next one. If you put this here, but then we look like f***ing idiots, don't we, with these on? It looks like something off of RTEC or something. Like someone's banging next door. All right, so